Have you ever felt like you're the only thing holding your business together, like you're the human middleware between systems that should be talking to each other? Welcome to the world of Agentic AI horror stories, a place where automation promises the moon but delivers a black hole of inefficiency. Today, we're diving into the real stories of what breaks businesses and, more importantly, how to fix them. Let's start with a cold, hard truth. Automation is not a magic bullet. It's a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how well it's integrated into your existing systems. Too many operators fall into the trap of believing that more automation equals better results. But what happens when these systems fail? The answer is chaos. I've seen it firsthand. Automations that need constant babysitting, handoffs that break down, and systems that crumble the moment you take your eye off them. The first misconception we need to tackle is the belief that AI and automation are inherently smart. They aren't. They're programmed to do specific tasks, and when the context changes, they don't adapt. In one instance, a sales team relied heavily on an AI driven CRM to manage customer interactions. It worked brilliantly until a slight change in customer behavior threw the system off balance, leading to lost deals and frustrated clients. The lesson here? Systems need oversight and human intuition to function optimally. Let's talk about leverage versus convenience. It's tempting to choose tools that promise convenience, but real leverage comes from infrastructure. Imagine building a house on sand versus a solid foundation. The house on sand might go up faster, but it's the first to collapse when the wind blows. In business, your infrastructure is that solid foundation. It's the systems and processes that don't just work when everything is going smoothly, but can withstand the inevitable storms. Another common pitfall is the obsession with features over integration. I've seen companies pour resources into the latest shiny tool only to find it doesn't play well with their existing systems. This feature obsession creates silos where data gets trapped and processes become fragmented. The result? A disjointed operation that feels more like a patchwork quilt than a cohesive machine. The fix is integration, ensuring every piece of technology in your business speaks the same language and works toward the same goals. Now, let's address the mental load. Many operators carry in their heads what should live inside systems. This not only leads to decision fatigue, but also creates a single point of failure: the human brain. When operators are the glue holding everything together, the system is only as strong as their capacity to remember and react. A real-world example. I worked with a logistics company where the operations manager was the only person who understood the routing software. When they went on vacation, the entire operation ground to a halt. The solution was simple but profound: document the process, train others, and distribute the knowledge. Finally, we need to talk about failure points. Automation can mask underlying issues, but when it fails, those issues become glaringly obvious. Take a back-end workflow that automates order processing. It works until it doesn't, like when a new product line is introduced and the system isn't updated. Suddenly, orders are stuck in limbo and customer satisfaction plummets. The key is to build systems that are resilient, with built-in checks and balances that alert you to problems before they escalate. In conclusion, the real problem isn't a lack of intelligence or effort. It's the exhaustion from carrying what should be systematized. If you find yourself constantly firefighting, it's time to rethink your approach. Build robust systems, prioritize integration, and distribute knowledge. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate the need for human oversight, but to create a business that operates smoothly even when you're not there. Your systems should be your silent partners, not your silent saboteurs. So, what's the decisive action you can take today? Audit your systems. Identify where you're the bottleneck and where your automations are fragile. Then, redesign for resilience. Because if you ignore these issues for another year, you'll find yourself trapped in a cycle of inefficiency and frustration. And that's a horror story no operator wants to live.